there are roughly 10,000 ADA lawsuits filed in U.S. federal court alone per year. That's not to mention state court. And some of the hotspots are California and New York. Those are really by far and away the two biggest, and Florida, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Texas rounding out the list. As we'll see in a few slides, there's been a bit of a move to state court in California away from federal court. So we'll take a look at that next.
So Stu, are you seeing a decline in the number of cases that are being initially filed in federal court? Because several years ago, maybe even until about last year, virtually all the cases we see here in California and what we were seeing in New York were filed in district court, federal court.
Yeah, there's definitely a move in California away from federal court and towards state court. We haven't seen that so much in other states, but that does seem to be the trend here in California. As you can see here, here's sort of a distribution of the federal cases filed by state. Clearly, New York, California, and Florida, to an extent, are the major areas where these cases are filed. This is a graph of the federal cases filed over time. And as you can see, there's a steady march upward. It seems that there are more cases filed every year. In 2022, you see this drop, and I believe this is because of what we referred to, the move from federal court cases to state court cases in California. This graph only accounts for federal cases. And the reason for that is it's just much easier to track federal cases. They're all within one system, the PACER system. And so it's much easier to acquire data than going to different county court systems in the state system.
A couple of points in that regard.
Sure.
These lawsuits, these 10,000 lawsuits, have been filed by just a limited number of plaintiffs' attorneys. We have attorneys here in California that have filed 3,000 or 4,000 ADA lawsuits on behalf of their clients. And there's been some legislation in California which noted that I believe 14 law firms were responsible for some 75 or 80% of all the all the lawsuits filed in federal court.
Here's looking at California lawsuits moving from federal court to state court. You see that drop in 2022, as mentioned.